In the previous videos, we learned nearly 8 paragraphs of the lesson Dancing in the Rain. In this video, we will learn the remaining 4 paragraphs and with which we will complete the lesson. Before going to start, I would like you to recall the lesson. The lesson starts with the prevalence of child labor in our country. The writer, Mr. Premji, is disturbed after reading a report on the condition of children employed by Zari factories. It grieves him very much because the children are treated to inhumanity. He says that robbing the children of the childhood is a criminal act, and we should prohibit this in our society. And he gives an anecdote of a student studying in Standard 9 in a reputed school in Bangalore. This child studies throughout the day and has no time to play. And because the child feels that the board exams and entrance exams are very much important for her. He compares the two children, the child working in Zari factory and a child studying in Standard 9 of a reputed school who spends the whole day in study. He wonders whether these two children have some time to play, to meet interesting people, explore the world, and to follow their curiosity. He says that in India, the children are straitjacketed because of several reasons. That is, poverty, parental aspirations, apathetic individuals, organizations, social conditioning, adult likeness. The final indicator of a country's independence is the way how the children live in the country. Whether the children are free from poverty, hunger, parental aspirations, social conditioning. These are the various criteria with which we can indicate the country's independence. We can say that the country has got independence only when the children are free in the country to explore the world, to realize their unique potential. And once the children realize their unique potential, the society and the country will develop on its own. Because the children are a part of the society and the country. He quotes the words of Gandhiji. The greatest lessons in life are learned from children and not from the learned men. A child will fearlessly try before giving up. A child never fears failure. He is curious and he follows his curiosity. Whereas other adults always fear failure, they uh, give up before trying, fearing failure. Children understand the relationship that connect among things and how things work. But adults are prevented from doing so because they are conditioned and they work with prejudice. Adults do the works only for an external reward or recognition. So, this is something we have recalled uh, what we have learned in the previous class. Now, before starting the lesson, I would like to give you some questions. Here they are displayed on the slide. Kindly note the questions. Okay, I hope you have noted the questions. You need to write the answers after reading the paragraph. I will display the paragraph for you. Read the paragraph and answer the questions that I have given to you. I hope you have read this paragraph. So, in this paragraph, the writer says that he did not learn how to be a father from the manuals. Manuals are the books of instructions. It is a book in which instructions are given how to do, how to work. Okay. So, here he did not learn that from a book, but instead he learned from his children by observing his children and letting them teach him. That means the children taught him how to be a father. The children expected love from their father, and when they expected, he showered love on their children. So he learned how to behave from his children. In the same way, the writer thinks that the teachers can also learn many things from their students. They should observe the students. They should recognize what the students want and what the students are expecting from the teacher. And if the students have some new knowledge, the teacher has to acquire that new knowledge from the students. So always this teacher should look at the children for learning. So this is what the writer wants to say. So in the next slide I will display the question and answers. Okay, this is the question I have already given to you in the first slide, but here I am displaying the answers. Write the meanings of the following words. Manual, a book giving instructions or information. Enormous, in a high degree, a very large amount, very big. What did the writer say that he did not learn from manuals? How to be a father. How did he learn? By observing and letting his children teach him. How can teachers learn? From students. Okay, we will move on to our next slide. Here are some questions displayed for you. Before going to the paragraph, you note the questions, go through the questions, and after reading the paragraph, you need to answer these questions. Okay, I hope you have noted the questions. So let's go to the paragraph. This is the paragraph for you. Read the paragraph carefully and answer those questions. I hope you have read this paragraph. Before going to check the answers, let's understand what the writer says. We will then refrain from pushing our knowledge down to their young minds and begin the democratic process of being joint learners as we discover and understand our world. So, when the teachers start learning from the students, then the teachers stop pushing uh, knowledge into the young minds. We are giving a lot of information to the students. And once the democratic process begins, the teachers and the students will understand and discover the world. The democratic process here means being the joint learners, learning together, the teacher and the student learning together. The writer says that once this happens, the powerful force for empowerment is to have motivated teachers. We need to have the teachers who are motivated towards learning, and they themselves should be learners first. They should be able to accept the new knowledge coming into the various fields. So they should become the learners. And then, once they become the learners, they can impart knowledge properly to the students. They should be students. The teachers should be students first. That is, they should gain new knowledge and then they will become teachers and justify the profession. And once they start opening gates for the new knowledge, the children are not molded to adult likeness. Adult likeness is similar to adults. Be like adults. In simple words, how we learned, what we learned, how we behaved, how the adults behaved, how they learned is simply it is simply pressed on the children. We are enforcing the children to be like us. And then, once we break this adult likeness, we can find a variety of students exploiting their own potential. And with this, the students develop. The blossom, we can say. So, we should give a chance to the students to bloom for themselves. This is what the writer wants to convey to you. Now, here are the answers for the questions. Write the meaning of the following words. The refrain is the word stop from doing something. Empowerment is power to do something. Blossom, become more healthy and confident. And the next question is what should be stopped? Pushing information, giving information, imparting information to the students or information into the young minds can be stopped. When will learning process become democratic? When students and teachers become joint learners. What is the powerful force for empowerment? It is motivated teachers. When will our children blossom? When we stop them molding in adult likeness. I hope you would like to note the answers. Try to note them. Okay, this answer also you note down. Yes, I hope you have noted the answer. Now we will look at the next set of questions. Answer the question in about 100 words. Now, what does the writer expect from the parents and teachers? So, what we have learned in the two paragraphs can be written in simple words that he expects from the parents to stop social conditioning, aspiring high, and the parents also should learn by observing their children and letting the children to teach them, and the teachers should become joint learners. They should not mold the children into adult likeness. And the teachers should become learners first. These are something the writer expects from the parents and the teachers. Now, note these questions, and after reading the paragraph, try to answer them. I hope you have noted the questions, and I'll display the paragraph for you now. This is the paragraph. Read the paragraph and answer the questions that I have given to you. Okay, now let us look at what the writer says. if India has to develop in all the spheres, that is, in economic, social, intellectual, and cultural, so we must protect our children from the social diktat. Social diktat is social conditioning, we can say, or diktat is conditioned for a purpose. So, here socially, our children are conditioned for doing something. That's why here the writer says they are most vulnerable. Vulnerable means weak here. They are weak and they are conditioned for a purpose. So, we should empower them. We should raise their abilities. We should make them all powerful to move away from the social diktat. And now it's time for us to resolve or to take an oath to give our children freedom of childhood. For this, the writer wants us to change the schools where they have become only textbook prisons. The child is in the clutches of a book. He is not exploring the world around him. And we should turn the schools into laboratories where he should explore the world. And not only the schools, our homes are also be changed to playgrounds where students or children should enjoy art and sport. They should enjoy sport with which their health and happiness is developed. He focuses on the need of change of homes and the schools. In short, we can say that the total education system needs some reforms. And when such things happen, India will shine. When India will be radiant. That means India will become a developed country. The country will become economically, socially strong when, and also emotionally, when the students are allowed to enjoy their childhood. Here the word dancing in the rain is used. It means enjoying the childhood. Dancing in the rain is a word used synonymously for the enjoying the childhood. So let our children enjoy their childhood. With this message, the writer Mr. Azim Premji ends the lesson. And now here we will look at the answers for the questions given. Here are the answers. Write the meanings of the following words: vulnerable, weak and easily hurt physically and emotionally, diktat, imposed with popular consent, resolve, decide firmly, radiant, emanating powerfully. In which spheres India has to develop? Economic, social, intellectual, and cultural. Note down the answers if you want. Okay, here are some other questions. Who are vulnerable to social diktat? The answer is our children. What change does the writer wants to make in schools? So they should be changed into laboratories of exploration. What change does the writer wants to make in the homes? That they should be transformed into playgrounds of art and sport. Now, this is a question for you. What change does the writer visualize in schools and homes? You can write in school, we should change them into laboratories, and we should break the walls of the textbooks prisons. Okay, and at homes the children should be given enough time to play and recreation. They should not become tuition centers, and parents should not enforce their aspirations on their children, and they should make their children to realize their potential and the area of interest. This is what you can write for this question. And now here is something for you. Write the synonyms for the following words. You can use a dictionary and note the synonyms for the following words. Okay, now we will look at the answers. These are as an example I have given to you, but see, there are many synonyms for a single word. You can write any of the correct one, but as an example I have given minimum two for each word. Explore is investigate, inspect. Powerful, strong, muscular, sturdy. Resolve, settle, solve, and fix out. Radiant, shining, glittering, and sparkling. Observe, notice, see, and perceive. I already told you there may be several synonyms for these words. Uh, don't confuse. You can write any of them. Before writing, just check the dictionary once and note these synonyms. I hope you have noted the synonyms. I'm thankful for your patient listening and have a nice day.